Hey guys, Jacob and Cameron here, and today we're going to be talking about anime that gets better every time we watch it.
Oh man, there are so many of these.
There really are. All anime seems to at least get better after at least one additional watch through.
Oh, I
Because
agree.
you get all the nuances that were there before, especially if it was anything with like overarching story and previous.
Yeah, you always just pick up on something that you missed before as well. And it just makes it's like that eureka moment. Oh my god, this changes everything but nothing.
The character that turns heel at the end, and you're like, oh, you've been bad from the start, and you watch it and you see all the subtle moments.
You see the moments and you're like, oh, that's why you did it, you sly rascal, you.
Or sometimes it just gets funnier every time.
Yes.
Which is definitely in the case of JoJo's.
Oh, JoJo's.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, encompassing all the seasons.
Oh, it's just, every season is just...
It's more and more ridiculousness as it goes. There's always something new. There's always a dumb thing that you didn't hear someone say in the background.
Yeah. And then just rewatching certain moments that you're watching it and you're like, this was dumb the first time, but the second time, I just appreciate the stupidity of it even more.
I find it best in season 2 with Joseph.
Yes.
Where you're sort of more willing to buy his excuses of, well, I planned this, and when you did this, this happened, and I worked you all to this point. You're kind of willing to buy that at first glance, but then when you watch it again, it's like, you really just BS'd yourself into thinking you had a better advantage.
Oh, it's so good. And the jokes in them as well, like the tongue flicking of every time I watch that, it gets funnier every time. It should lose its humor, but it doesn't.
I would watch that for 10 hours on a loop.
I'm sure there's a 10-hour loop on YouTube somewhere.
Good old Kakyoin.
Oh, Kakyoin.
The greatest moments were where he was comedic.
Oh, yes.
Because he was so deadpan the entire show. But, yeah, to clarify on the topic, stuff like JoJo's and whatnot, that just, every time you watch it, it's just fun. Yeah. You just enjoy it and you love it even more. It sort of solidifies that. Yeah. Are there any of those that stand out for you?
Oh, Dragon Ball. The whole series of Dragon Ball.
Of course.
From Dragon Ball all the way through to Super. Watching it through the first time, especially when you're younger, you're watching it through. It's like, it's so fun, the fighting and everything. And then you watch it through again and you're like, there's some subtle jokes in here I missed the first time. And then you watch it through again because, you're feeling nostalgic and you just really appreciate it more and more. That's
what I'm doing right now, actually.
Yeah, I agree. I've gone through Dragon Ball Z again because I just wanted to watch the first 2 seasons again with the Saiyan Saga and the Frieza Saga. Just because the storytelling in that, I think I can appreciate more now than when I was younger.
I'm listening to a podcast, a plug for a podcast right now, called... Oh gosh, now I'm blanking on it. All Systems Goku.
Oh yeah.
Where it's 2 guys who've never watched Dragon Ball before are watching every single episode of Dragon Ball Kai. They just got up to the Buu saga, and that's pretty much how I've decided to go through this again.
Through the whole thing and just.
It's amazing what people who haven't watched it 1,000 times have picked up.
Yes, you have an appreciation for an anime after watching it through again. I don't know, because you've known the characters more, you feel more familiar with them. So from the beginning, you're like, hey, it's you, I know you.
And some certain story beats, like listening to the guys react to things that are happening, and it's like, wow, this is actually a very impactful moment for this character, or I don't understand why this is important. And then when you rewatch it, you know what's about to happen. You know the twists that are coming, and it can sometimes have much more of an impact.
And also you get to rewatch the fight scenes. Those awesome fight scenes that you just love to watch.
Sometimes it does lose its meaning. Like, it will never not be meaningful. The death and sacrifice of Vegeta.
That still gets... I won't lie. Himself up. That still gets me.
Oh yeah, that is
I should have put this in our last podcast with saddest moments, but...
I thought of so many other sad moments.
Oh, straight after we did that, so many other moments.
But there's something to that in the moment. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah.
He's gone. And when you're watching that the first time, not knowing the rest because you're watching it week to week, you're so excited for it and it's heartbreaking. But then when you're watching it again, it sort of loses that gravitas because in 4 episodes, 4 episodes later, he's like, hey, what's up? I'm back. I got a little shiny thing on my head.
I'm of the dead still, but I've got to one of these things.
Yeah. So it can sort of damage itself in that way.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's the other little nuances that you pick back up.
Definitely.
You're like, oh, I didn't see that the first time.
For sure.
That's something I missed. And now that I've got that, I'm like,
That's such a brilliant thing with anime, because there is a lot crammed into episodes where they are made to be rewatched because they're made for mainstream TV, where it's going to be replayed.
Yeah, exactly.
It's syndication, and you're going to see it again and again and again. So it always has to have something fresh.
Yeah, and they take that into account when they make the episodes as well.
For sure.
Yeah.
And jumping back to one of the ones that I think gets better every time I watch it is Cowboy Bebop. And I know I mentioned it twice this week. I'm not going to be on podcast for so long.
It's almost like you're obsessed with this anime, Jacob.
It's not like Brandon talked about Bleach again and One Piece again.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
okay,
fine.
Okay, that's fair.
It's only funny when you guys make fun of me.
I guess I have my Dragon Ball obsession.
Yeah, pretty much every time you're on here, you talk about.
I don't know what you're
Dragon
talking
Ball.
about.
We all have very specific favorite animes
that we've watched multiple times because we just love them so much.
Yeah, and like for me, it's Bebop.
Yeah,
because I love the story. I love the storytelling. I love the nuances of Spike.
Yeah.
Every time someone confronts him, I find something new in his words. Whether it's you're going to carry that weight. Or it's him, like, questioning, is he even really alive? Yeah. Like, it's those moments where, as I've grown and had good and bad things and emotional maturity and all of that sort of changed from when I first watched it. Every time I've gone back to that series, I found its emotional reverence to have something new for me.
Yeah.
So
it's impacting the current you as you're watching it, because you're going through different things now to what you were going through the first time you watched it.
And whether that's something for me or the anime still brings that out.
Yeah, exactly.
And there's also amazing lines like, I love a woman who can kick my ass. That wasn't funny for a while until, late teens. I'm like,
I get that now.
I get that. It's fine.
Like for me, I have an anime similar to that. For me, it's Code Geass.
Yes.
Because Code Geass for me was one of those first few animes that I really watched, like the long form ones that I just got into, and I really connected with the characters. And when you connect with the characters, that's the moment that watching it again doesn't seem like a hassle. It seems like you're just reliving the adventure that happened before with those same familiar characters. Because you almost feel like a part of the series at that point.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it's those moments as well, especially in Code Geass, where you know that you only have a few episodes left with some characters. And
it just makes it even harder to watch.
It adds so much more emotional weight when it comes to those moments where you're like, this is going to be the last episode. This is where this happens. This is where everything starts to go downhill. Like, you see things far more clearly with...
It's almost like looking at it from a different perspective to the first time you've watched it. You're now looking from an outside view rather than the first-person storyline view, because you know what's going to happen. So you're now objectively looking at it a bit more. And
you can see all of the things that add up to success or failure.
Yeah.
Or self-destruction. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Code Geass especially is great for that.
It's so good for that. And it's just that re-watching of the same thing and just finding, again, those little bits that you missed before. It just gives that little bit of, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realise that.
For sure.
It just adds to the experience again.
Definitely. Oh, man, Code Geass. What a show. What a show. The last one on my list, at least for ones that I can watch so many times and never get bored of and always find something new from it, One Punch Man.
Yeah, that's true.
One Punch Man is so good.
It is
hilarious.
Yeah.
I think I'm at the point where I've mentioned it like 3 times this week.
Yeah.
On this set of podcasts. We've talked about it about 3 times.
Good Lord.
And it's so much fun because it has these moments of Saitama and his internal struggle.
Yeah.
Of just being completely stagnant in life after achieving something. And that is super raw with a lot of us. It's like, oh wow, I achieved a thing that I really thought it was going to make me happy.
And what's
I don't feel great.
I feel good for a moment, and it's gone.
Nothing.
It's gone now.
And I find that really fascinating, especially upon rewatching, because you're then watching the series, because it doesn't tell you straight away that he's bored and he's depressed and he doesn't like where he is.
Yeah.
He sort of hints at that in a comedic way. It's not until the last few episodes where it's like, he is.
Yeah, this makes him very depressed.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you reach a pinnacle and everything else is below you. The only place you can go is down.
It's the same reason that majority of astronauts have deep depression.
Yeah.
Especially the guys that did moonwalks.
Yeah.
Because whilst an awesome dance move, it's pretty much the pinnacle of human achievement. And where can you go after literally setting foot on a separate astral body? No one else can understand you.
Yeah.
You have no higher goal at that point.
Like, basically, once you've reached your ultimate goal, that's it for you.
And that's
perfectly portrayed in One Punch Man.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that you really get on that second viewing, where it's like, wow, you're just craving something more.
Yeah, it's those little nuances, throughout the first few episodes that you miss the first time because you're just not aware of it.
Sure.
But then you pick up on it the second watch through and you're like, oh, I get it.
It's the moments that lead him to be like, yeah, I'll take on an apprentice, because
why not?
maybe
it's something.
Yeah, maybe it's something. Maybe he can help me pay my rent. Like,
maybe he can get stronger than me, and it'll give me something to fight
maybe
about.
I can have a challenge. Maybe I'll have my very own Goku. Like, it's really interesting. And then watching him interact with the world, with that perspective in your mind, how he's helping out Bicycle Dude. I can never remember his name. Ryder, not Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider's much cooler than him. Anyway,
it's something similar to that. Like,
something.
It's
Rider.
on the
Throw it down in the comments. We're dumb. Why do we even have an anime channel if we can't remember this?
It's so on the nose with Kamen Rider, though. It's almost identical to that. I'm pretty sure. Like, from my memory, I associated it directly to that.
Yeah, that's the thing that happens with me all the time with this. But yeah, One Punch is one of those ones that really stands out for me.
Yeah.
Any others on your list that really grab you every time?
Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Ooh, yeah.
It was the first anime I started to watch, apart from the childish stuff.
The ones
Dragon
that are
Ball,
always
Naruto,
on morning TV. Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh, Naruto.
It was the first main anime that I'd ever watched. So watching through it again is mostly just nostalgic, and it just, again, I pick up on so many things that I missed the first time. And then I watch it through again, I'm like, I really feel a connection with the characters, because I'm like, you guys are so amazing. Your character development is so good.
They are very well written.
And it's just such a well-written story.
As much as I do take my heel stance that Fullmetal Alchemist is a meh show, it has amazing writing.
It really does. The storyline and the progression of it all is just so good. And it's just an adventure that is so fun to go through multiple times. Because even though you know what's coming, it's just, there's something about the subtleness of it all, and just the knowledge of the overarching story that's going on behind the scenes through everything, that just, you're like, oh, I know this is happening.
I actually think I will rewatch it again, because that's always been my issue with Full Metal, is that I never felt the need to go back and watch it, which is why I talk smack about it. Because it's one of those animes that I watched, I'm like, yeah, that was fine. And then every time I think back on it, I'm like, I don't need to watch it again. It wasn't that good. I
mean, if you give it another watch through, you might look at it and be like, yeah, you're right.
And that's the thing. I think with everything we've talked about, like, going back to something that I thought was fine, that I haven't had the urge to watch again. Like, Full Metal has such a complex plot that I think I might actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
My favorite
You're a different person now to what you were all those years ago.
Yeah. My favorite thing to come out of Full Metal Alchemist is all the awful memes.
God damn it. The one you showed me the other day of the girl and the dog doing the fusion dance.
We have a group chat.
That wasn't good. That wasn't nice at all.
Yeah.
I was not okay with that.
I mean,
I was at work. I did not need to see that mid-shift. It ruined my day.
It was funny.
Funny as it is, it's still sad.
Extremely sad. So yeah, I think I'm going to go and rewatch Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
I'm glad we got that out of this. This makes me feel a little bit better.
Completely worth it. Because as much as I talk smack, it is because I never found the reason to go back. So if it is one of those shows, like you said, that has...
It does have that rewatch value.
Different.
Yes.
All right, sweet. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. And if any of these ones that we've talked about exist in that same boat for you, please at least think about going back and watching them if you have time. If it's not going to be a detriment to your studies or personal or family life, go back, watch them, enjoy them, see if a new light will bring something to one of your favorite animes or an anime you watched but never really felt a deep connection to, because you never know when it comes to this sort of stuff.
Yeah, you're a different person now to who you were when you first watched it, so you never know, you might
definitely
resonate with a character that you never resonated with before.
And that's, again, that was my whole thing with Bebop.
Yeah.
Every time I watch it, there's something new to draw from my own personal experiences. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it that we have for this topic. If there are any anime that you think just get better every time you watch it that we haven't mentioned, throw them down in the comments. We'll be there chatting with you. You know we love talking to you guys. Be respectful of everyone else's opinions. Everyone else likes different things. And if you really want to have bigger, broader conversations with us, jump over onto our Discord. We're always there, and we're looking forward to building a big community of anime lovers. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.
See you guys.
Back attack is on the way. Something around with the card you play. Looking at suspicion for the keep this.